morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to episode 8 of the Hallmark of Greatness podcast, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark, Lifetime, and straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me in my heart are the other people who talk here. He's currently on a crash course learning how to use a hammer. It's Joseph Higgins.
I've got a certificate. I'm fully qualified in hammer usage now. It took 14 hours.
Nice. And he's laying low in his volcanic lair after his plot to take over the world was foiled by a chihuahua. It's Craig Lowe.
Yeah, it seems plausible. Nice and warm here anyway.
I'm liking these. These are the best bits of the week for me.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark of Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, on Instagram at Hallmark of Greatness, or if you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations, thoughts, or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Hello.
Don't email us this film.
Yeah, did not care for this.
Nah.
Everything seems poor after the Great Amish film.
Yeah,
it's just everything's been downhill since then.
It's a downward slope this month. Although interconnected yet again, we've gone from religious to house building.
Yeah,
well,
there's only like 8 plots for these films.
Yeah,
everyone's a carpenter of some sort. So
yeah.
Well, this feeds into a theory I have.
And what's your theory, Joe?
I'll tell you later when the time's right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Future theory.
Keep them listening to the end of the podcast.
Well, let's get straight into it. After the storm. I like that bit.
So we start with the most unrealistic news and weather report.
Whoa, Craig. Slow your boots down, son.
Roll. Where's your predictions?
Oh God, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've missed a week and the whole thing's fallen apart.
We've got predictions.
I honestly can't remember what the poster looked like. What was the poster like?
Oh, I don't know.
After the storm. Helen Storm is a TV weather girl who, while reporting on an upcoming weather event, is trapped in the small town of After. See what I did?
Nice.
There, she learns to love their simple country ways and falls for Chip, the local estate agent who also carves ice for poorly children. The forecast is for love.
Oh, yes.
I'm great at these.
Craig didn't want to look at the poster, so...
I definitely did, but I didn't write down what I thought of it. So it'll probably be something along the lines of 2 people fall in love, and everything that takes place in this film will definitely be after the storm. There will be no before the storm. I promise you that much.
Also, based on previous posters, they'll be set in autumn because there'll be some nice brown leaves.
I'm not sure with this one. I think it looks very similar to The Notebook.
Yeah, I think it did.
It's 2 people kissing in rain, isn't it?
It's a side-on sort of profile of him lifting one of them, isn't it?
Lifting
one of them.
Yeeting them into a house.
Do you want the actual one? Because it's...
Go for it.
During a storm, Lauren finds her dog in the arms of an old crush, Colin. The storm destroys her home, but she's determined to rebuild. Lauren and Colin spend time together helping the community and becoming friends. They never help the community. It might be more than friendship.
Oh, that's my kind of ending, that.
Yeah,
they do help the community. Friendship. They raise cash for something.
Yeah, they
never fully explained.
It's a very minimal part of it.
Amount in a fundraising operation.
Yeah, then she high-fives that kid who looks genuinely confused. Here's the trailer.
A storm's coming in fast.
Sustained gusts of over 97 miles an hour.
Hey, where are you going? You can't get out. The road's all closed.
This may be the storm of the century.
Looks like we'll be here all night.
All the guys in town.
You son of a bitch.
Lauren, I'm so sorry.
This is my house. All of my memories are here. I'm gonna rebuild this house myself.
It's not like I think that you need a man's help or anything like that. It's just, I'm a carpenter.
It's okay, I can figure it out. When I was a little girl, I'd watch my parents fix everything. And then I grew up and I learned how to do the same. I could build this house exactly how I've always wanted it to be.
You hate them.
No, I don't hate him. I'm an engaged woman. I have no interest in Colin except as friends. And besides, he made it very clear in the past that he was never interested either.
Just talk to her. Okay, tell her how you feel.
She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't want to see me. That ship has sailed, my friend.
This man saved my dog, helped scores
Yeah.
of people,
Smooth
and offered to
through.
rebuild my family house.
There's only been one woman.
This
Mom.
trailer feels like it's going on as long as the friggin' film.
You think you're not good enough, but it's not true. Do you really love her?
I just want to be with her all the time.
After the storm, I realized what's important to me.
See, there you go. There's the name.
Uplifting movie premiere, After the Storm, Saturday, June 8th at 7 on Up TV.
I'm just going to say, the first sort of 30 seconds of that sounded like a sound effects CD that you get at Halloween. Just a lot of thunder crashing there.
Having just watched the film and then having to relive that trailer. How are you on lockdown?
Spoilers, this is not a good film.
No.
Slow as balls.
It makes me think that last week's was better, because at least that was funny. This was just...
when I was writing in my score, which we'll get to later, that's exactly what my thought process was. It's as bad as last week, but the other one was accidentally more comical.
Yeah, at least it had stuff you could laugh at, and this was just boring.
Dry as the desert.
Which is ironic, considering there was a storm.
Storm of the century.
Storm apparently so.
Get to in a bit.
Also, just to let you know that half of my notes were written when I was very drunk. So, yeah.
I did housework when I was watching this, so some of my notes aren't even there.
By the end of it, I was playing Mario Kart. I just given up.
We start with storm stuff.
At this point, I was like, this is great. There's a storm. She's got a big coat on. There's a dog and a fire and a baseball bat.
Giant wellies.
One of my cryptic notes from later on. My inky shoes are giant Wellingtons.
What must be her favourite clothes, because she never takes those wellies off.
Yeah, is there a thing?
Everything else got blown away by the B-roll from the movie Twister.
There was
they definitely took that from other films, didn't they? Most of that footage.
I was just like, this looks like Nat Geo footage of a storm here.
Yeah, it's clearly stock footage that they've. But
they utilise it quite nicely, especially in the one static shot of her quote unquote demolished house, which they keep cutting back to every time they speak about it. It's like this poor family from bloody New Orleans that have sold off the rights to the picture of their house.
Well, the thing I got most joy out of was the creative ways they didn't showing the house. Like they stood,
it was great, wasn't it?
Stood looking at it opposite and all this stuff. And I was like,
just a chair thrown on the lawn. It's like,
that's the creative ways.
When they look at the computer screens, they never actually show. Oh, I think they showed one picture in the end, but for ages they were just like, look at this. Never showed it to the audience. It's just them looking at a screen or looking at.
That's what all these films do. They're never accessing any sort of copyrighted thing. We don't get to see whatever Zingle was last week, or
I didn't know when she was trying to escape the house. That dog did not want to leave with her.
Dancer,
because that dog.
Dancer's the best thing
cowering away from her.
Yeah, it's
what
storm,
is the one thing you don't? What is the one thing you don't do in a storm? Leave your house and go out into a car.
Yeah, do you not get under the table or stand in a door arch or something?
Depends on the storm. That's for an earthquake.
I've no idea. I live in Britain, mate.
Just for an earthquake.
If the movie Twister is anything to go by, just tie yourself to some deep drilled pipes and you'll be fine looking up at the eye of the storm.
Twister, you just go and hide under a bridge. Doesn't that happen?
You can do that as well. As the hurricane slowly comes closer to you.
Like a troll or a homeless man. Yeah. When she was getting in the car, I got very Dennis Nedry. Because I thought, oh man, if a velociraptor jumps out and eats a face, this is going great. That did not. It started off so well. I was like, action, big coats, yeah.
And then it really got my hopes up with the opening credits. Because did you see what the name of the novel this was based on was called?
I did not know.
I didn't know.
This is based on a novel called Marooned with the Maverick.
Oh, no.
And I was like, this might be interesting. But no.
How wrong you
were. Really wasn't. It really wasn't. It also made me ask why we changed the title.
Yeah, Marooned with the Maverick sounds probably because
it doesn't sound very Hallmarky, does it though?
And she's not technically marooned. Is like on an island, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought my instant thought was, are we going to have a bottle episode where we're just stuck in this barn for the entire time?
So did I, especially when it was cutting back. Like, it cut back in like 5 years earlier. And I thought, oh, are we going to be like flashing back and forth between this couple's relationship or whatever? No.
One random flashback.
One random flashback.
Well, yeah, we find out the man, Colin
Trapp.
Colin with two L's.
I know, that's bizarre. He finds Dancer the dog in the woods.
Tiny Dancer.
As you do.
Tiny Dancer, nice.
Thanks. I've got loads of these.
Yeah, I told you that dog didn't want to be with her. It constantly kept running away.
Well, Chris never lets it in the house. That's the problem.
I've written that 3 times.
Even at the end, it's like, no, we went to the trouble of putting a bow tie on you, Dancer, but you're still not allowed in the house while we go and do marriage stuff.
Things.
So she's not happy that he's the guy who's found the dog, and then they go and camp in a barn, which somehow survived.
Which he invites himself to. She goes, yeah, I'm just going to my barn. He's like, great, let's go, come on. Let's go. And it's like, study on that, Colin.
We know he's not a vampire, so that's one box ticked, isn't it?
That's true. The way they were talking about, they played a little radio clip. It sounded like it was the day after tomorrow or something.
Yeah, it was very dramatic.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just a bit of rain. It's enough rain to demolish a house that has been there for however many years, but not a barn that 2 amateur people built.
Well, then we get to the point of 5 years earlier where Colin and Lauren are sat. They're playing games.
I have notes about this fair, especially
Go ahead.
1, 3-legged races are only that difficult on television.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening here? Why are you? Do you not understand the principle of 3-legged races?
2, I want to play hit the balloon with a large, oversized mallet. That looked like
a good game. The woman in the background, yeah. I was like, what is this?
I don't understand the rules, but it looked like a circus-style mallet was just hitting overinflated.
Yeah, it was a big, giant comedy Harlequin style. Harlequin.
It is Harlequin and a Harlequin.
Yeah. I don't know what that's called, that game. I'm assuming it's called Balloon Smash-O or something.
I was just like, what is this? This is the most brilliant thing ever.
Someone who's never been to a fair. Imagine something that happens at fairs. Hitting a balloon with a big hammer. Have you had your hammer training?
No, there is no hammer training in this, disappointingly.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they fell out.
She asked him out.
And he was very suspiciously saying, "Oh, because you don't want to be with someone like me."
It went from fun and jovial, like flirty conversation to she says, "Why don't we get coffee?" Instant stone face, just instant. It was just like, coffee killed my mother.
Yeah,
yeah. It was all a bit strange that what his reasoning why he didn't want to be with, but anyway,
it doesn't
back
get
to
any
the present.
More sort of.
Well, I thought he must have done something like.
I wrote
to make him a wronger.
Who did he murder?
Yeah, because no, he just really hates himself, which is fine. I relate to that.
Who doesn't hate themselves? Yeah.
My notes read, "Do you like lemonade?" And they've not even got hats on. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so we know where Joe started drinking.
Yeah.
Well, we're back to the present, and he claims people would have talked had they been together, but never mentions what they would have talked about.
Right now,
this is again led me to who do you murder?
He says like, no, I don't think it's his murder. I think it's his dad.
Oh yeah,
later on when that random guy appears, I think it's his brother.
Yeah. It's his brother in the end. Yeah.
Well, he never introduced.
He's just sort of talking.
I've only corrected my notes
on the phone
right at the end when it must be his brother then.
Right, because maybe his dad did something. Because he's like, he's not. You're not your father.
His dad.
His dad did the dirty.
His dad cheated on his mum numerous times.
Right. So
he didn't want to be like his dad, but his thing of people would have talked, nobody would have said anything. He hates himself that much.
People.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just bizarre. But bizarre
back to the barn. Back to the barn.
Where there's a bed in there that's been there all this time.
They've erected a hammock in the fastest time possible. It's like, where have you got a?
It's always been there, that. She says, doesn't she? Oh, this is in it. And I'm like,
Does she say-
but you've not been in there for a while, so that is full of spiders and rat poo.
yeah.
And
It's the backup barn. You've got people pack bags for emergencies. She packs the barn.
Yeah, but they've also
that's
got
the go bar.
Yeah.
there's mosquito netting around this hammock as well, as if it's set up for some sort of fruity romantic night in the barn.
I ask this a lot. Do we know where this was set?
No.
I don't know if they ever mentioned it. I wasn't listening to what.
She does say at the end, you went to Georgia.
So it's not Georgia. We can take out Georgia then.
Yeah, we can cross
when
one
you
of the
move, when
states
she,
off.
yeah,
she did. You're right.
So it's somewhere around that area.
Take
Then, I'm
out the
guessing.
state of
Next
Georgia.
town over. Some brilliant Foley at this point as well. Also later on, they've just got one horse noise and they keep pressing that horse noise button.
Can only afford the one soundboard.
Well, the next morning when the storm's finished, we're up to that.
Yeah,
that's where we see the stock
yeah.
footage of her house. Oh, sorry, just half her house.
Yeah, I've literally got
Just
stock
half a
photos
house.
of a house.
Yeah, we get a picture.
broken.
We get a broken teapot and 2 broken chairs. That's literally all that's littered on the lawn.
But the teapot has a plant in it because she's mental.
And we keep cutting back to this teapot as well because just for
a-
scene setting purposes.
It's an emotional teapot.
There and then she decides she's going to rebuild the house herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, we can help.
Situation
And she's
first.
like, no.
Oh, don't get
No,
me started on that part. We'll
I
get to that
want
in
to
a
do
minute.
this myself.
I want to get to the fiance part in a minute, but I did notice at this point, like the guy Colin, who looks like no one, he doesn't open his mouth when he speaks.
No, he's got a very
Very,
I've put him as non-union Hanson brother, who they don't mention.
There's 2 of them now. We've cancelled 2.
Oh yeah, Hanson.
Two ones left.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
It's the good one,
Hanson.
though, so we're all right.
Yeah, it's the main
Okay.
one.
Yeah, Taylor's still good. The other 2 are COVID deniers and
Trump supporters and
all sorts of fun stuff.
I tipped all their beer down the drain. I didn't buy any.
It's at this point that we see the flip-floppiness of this entire film, because one second she's going, this house is my house, it was built by my parents and it can never be replaced. Cut to literally 30 seconds later and she's more or less saying, fuck that house, I never liked it anyway, I'm going to build a new one that I want.
Yeah, with
It's
hookers and blackjack.
I just got whiplash from the attitude she had towards this family home.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
she-
flip-flops a lot.
She's all over the place emotionally.
I thought she's insane.
Yeah.
Then they drive off. Well, she mentions that she's got a kind of fiance.
Dane Richards.
Dane Richards, yeah, is a
I've
kind
got
of
double
fiance.
denim written in in large bold letters here with several exclamation points. So I'm presuming that Colin is wearing double denim as they're driving off.
Probably. He strikes me as that kind of guy.
This storm of the century. Now they're
Yes.
driving through a lot of wooded area. There are a few twigs on the ground.
But they didn't actually have a real storm, Anthony.
Well,
No,
show
they
something. Don't just show the
Yeah,
twigs.
at least
They
buy a
show
couple
twigs
of,
on the ground.
fallen trees.
Yeah.
Block the
No,
road
because Colin's mates, Colin's ethnically diverse friends
Yeah.
have cleared all the road, haven't they?
Don't, please don't. When
Well,
you
they
got
left
onto
some
the page,
twigs.
finally showing up, it's like fucking Benetton advert.
But they seem to make a point of showing these twigs on the ground like, oh, this has been a big storm. Get the stock footage of a big tree falling over
They've
something.
spent all that to lure you in at the start. That's where all the good photos went, and then it was no good.
So we get into town where we learn that the storm has killed the mayor.
Dead man.
Did that happen? I must have missed that bit.
Yeah.
The storm.
A tree fell on his car. He had a heart attack.
Oh, he didn't even get squashed by a tree. That's
No. Thought he was going to, so I had a heart attack for it. This is where we meet the brother, who I've written dad / maybe stepdad, and then only corrected it later on when I wrote, it's actually his brother.
right.
Because it was the classic scene of talking to a family member about past crush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I skipped
happens
this
a
bit
lot.
because it was just. I think I've just got cliche written down,
Well, yeah, but
so that could be anything at that point.
it may well be
For some reason, I've got, why is she yelling at a priest?
that.
Maybe that didn't happen. Maybe it was something else.
I've not got that written down, so I have no idea.
Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I was watching something else and I just,
I don't recall a priest being there. She gets a phone call from her fiance,
Dane Richards.
Who initially I put douchey fiance because I thought that was going to be the trope. He wasn't. He was trying to help.
Yeah,
he was in Australia.
My notes is like he is trying to help you.
Yeah, he was
but
in
she's
Australia.
like, no, I want to do this on my own. But then accepts the help of Colin with 2 L's.
Oh,
so
yeah, and friends.
And super friends.
Yeah, he offered to.
I don't know. He gets a bit finger waggy of silly woman can't do it herself.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever said anything like that. She just took it all like that, and
I'm not here to defend Dane Richards.
No, but he was just suggesting that he can get hold of some builders or contractors to come and rebuild a house nice and quick for him.
He's a contractor, isn't he?
Yeah,
he builds condos.
You see, that seemed to be what his job was.
So play up to that, yeah.
And all she had to do then was say, "Can you help the other people as well?" But no, she got very defensive about wanting to do it herself.
Yeah, but the movie now gets very self-aware. It got so meta at this point at the end of this scene because he literally hangs up the phone and goes, "Hey, you, get in here." And someone off screen goes, "Excuse me?" And then he just goes, "Sorry, that's rude." And I was like,
it's that classic where they carry on filming for an extra 10 seconds.
There were bits. There was a lot of it in the last sort of half of this film. There was a lot of stuff where I was like, is this B-roll? Has they just kept it in?
They've got to fill the 90 minutes.
The whole bit with the cups that went on for far too long.
The montages. There was so many montages in this
Oh,
film.
yeah, but I love a montage. Everyone likes a montage.
Not every other scene.
I've got her packing, unfolding a shirt, refolding the same shirt over and over and over.
God, notes of this film are just. We've got the little town meeting.
Yeah, I've got time to pray for Mayor not appearing in this movie.
Yeah, I don't understand why they mention the fact that they've done a search and rescue with all 5 firemen in the town.
Don't bother calling out for any more.
Hopefully, there's no fires.
Everything's wet, mate. Or on, yeah.
There's a lot of wooded area that can cause fires.
Yeah, but it's all damp, isn't it? It's been a storm of the century.
Yeah, it's been raining.
Sorry, yeah.
There's no cell reception either at this point.
No, you're right. There's not.
Yeah.
As
if we're setting up for a horror movie.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, we can all help the firemen.
Yeah. Then Nigel Norman, what's he called?
I just want to be mayor says, pourquoi?
Yeah. But they even set up like some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Animosity
rivalry?
between between them two, between Colin and I think he was called Norman.
In this one scene they do.
Nathan.
And then it's never addressed again.
Yeah, it never addressed again. I thought there was going to be some kind of love rivalry or something like that, but no.
No, Nathan is off his tits on happiness when they get engaged at the end.
He is, yeah.
Then we
he
cut
agrees
to the most point.
To go and find, to go and help. And then you get the best scene of the whole film for my.
No, the most pointless scene in any film ever. Old man shouting at a window because he's fallen out of his wheelchair for 5 minutes.
Help me! My leg's stuck.
Just clawing at a phone that's just desperately out of reach.
Well, he got it, looked at it, and it's out of battery, which wouldn't turn on. And he went, useless technology. Help me! Help me!
It's a good impression, Anthony. You got that on your list.
It was just so funny. Yeah, he got helped, but we didn't see anything about it. We just
we assume they find him or he's dead.
They do mention that they found him and Colin's the hero.
Saved Mr. Rodriguez is the next note I've got.
Yeah. Her friend, Lauren's friend, comes and tells her that Colin's a hero.
Yeah.
Because he saved...
Cut to long-range shots of people patting him on the back.
Yes, whilst he's not actually barbecuing corn.
That's stunt corn, I'll have you know.
He turned the corn over from the barbecue. There's not a char mark on it.
No, it's not good to know.
There was so much corn because throughout that whole conversation, all Lauren and friend were doing was tearing the leaves off the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aggressively. You should technically, if you're barbecuing it, you should cook it in the leaves.
Really?
Yeah, because it moistens it more, yeah. Yeah, keeps moisture in.
Top tip.
It's nature's tinfoil.
That's what
That's what I'm going to go. Corn 2.0, now with nature's tinfoil.
Oh yeah, Colin's a hero. I did make a note here of there's a lot of looking into the distance from Lauren. She just looks off into the distance.
She's thinking,
She's going, do I have a line? line.
It probably is what she's thinking.
Disappointingly, though,
5 seconds here.
No big salad at the barbecue.
No big salad this week.
It's just corn. Corn and nature's tinfoil. Yeah.
Back into the school hall where we have the most thickest mattresses I've ever seen in my life. These were about two foot deep mattresses.
Very comfy.
Yeah, and also everyone gets an LED light. You get an LED light. You get an LED light, but do not move them from the foot of your bed.
Also, the dog's allowed to sleep inside here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not her house. Doesn't make the rules.
That's true. Yeah, she's not. Then
do we go and sit in a chapel for a bit and have another discussion late at night?
There's
this is where I start asking, is this Jesus film?
Yeah, I got a bit sort of like, we're in a church having a big heart to heart.
But they never mention religion or anything.
No, there's no proper Jesus.
The only one time they mentioned it was when a lot early on, when during the storm, she says, "Lord, help me," or "Lord."
Yeah, they do a prayer.
Colin turns up.
They do a prayer in the barn, and then they do a prayer for Mayor not appearing in this film. And I think that's about as far as it goes.
Lord help me is just a turn of phrase anyway, isn't it?
Well, it's the way she looked up and went, "Lord help," or "Give me a sign." So I can't remember what it was. Anyway, she wants him to run for mayor. That never gets mentioned again.
Nope. I'd completely forgotten about that until you just said it.
Well, they nearly kiss as well, but the bit that got me was...
Kissing in a church?
I know. Yeah, geez.
What would Jesus say?
Yeah,
wiki jumbo dicky.
She literally asked him at this point, why did you choose the area's hardest hit first? And I just felt like banging my head against a wall with that line. I was like, because they were the hardest hits.
Start with the soft areas and build up the hardcore
Get
areas.
Confidence up, nice and easy.
Like World of Warcraft, yeah.
Get these ones out the way. But yeah, she wants him to run for mayor, and it never gets mentioned.
No.
Did he run for mayor? Did anyone go for mayor?
They just decided to become an autonomous collective without a mayor, I think, going forward.
Yeah. We all take it every third Tuesday.
Yeah, which has to be ratified by a 2/3 majority in cases.
I'm hoping Dance to the Dog got it.
I mean, he can't do worse. He's less likely to die of a heart attack.
Cell service is back. Whoop.
Cell service is back while she's talking to Nathan in the corridor, and this harkens back to Craig's theory before of some people didn't know they were in a film. That woman who walks past them while they're talking looks at him and goes to the camera and walks off. I was like, did nobody tell us she was in a film?
Well, then she rings Dane Richards, kind of fiance Dane Richards, who offers to give her some money.
Yep.
Which she flat out refuses, and again, but she could have used that money to put it towards the funds for everyone else.
Well, yeah,
but she just flat out refuses.
We can tell that this is a film from 2019 because this is where we first mentioned the crowdfunding idea.
Yeah. I wrote here she's insane because she seemed to, again, this was a flip-flopping attitude of, I need help.
I think she hated this fiance. I think she really, really hated him.
Fair enough. He could have come back from Australia to come, but whether he could get a flight, it's from Australia. It takes a while to get back.
There's been a storm in the century. The airport's all to cock, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so he's trying his best to do something.
Also, he's got a job, right?
Yeah.
It's clearly a high-powered job where he can yell at people who don't understand what he's doing. But he can't just up and leave because your house that we never see has been dissolved by rain.
Especially when she's fine.
Yeah, but she's not dead. She's got somewhere to stay. She's got a giant mattress and an LED light. These are the good times for
help. He's offered to rebuild a house. Yeah. He's offered to get cash to them so they can use that to pay contractors perhaps or whatever it is they need it for.
Get clean water.
Well, she breaks up with him as well.
Sort of.
Now, this is bad. No,
she definitely does.
No, this is...
She just doesn't tell anyone else that she does.
She goes back to the scene of the crime, back to the
teapot disaster.
To the great teapot disaster of 2019, and finds that somehow she's now in a building site that has shipping containers and offices, and the foreman's out there with some plans, and it's just a case of, yes, your wonderful fiance has managed to get this entire building crew to your house
in the
storm
space of an
century.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, before the day is out, and it's like, and you're going to send them away. You're going to send them down the road to Cletus's house, which is what she does.
The
You pay for
Gonzaleses,
info.
I think it was. Cause...
Is it the Gonzaleses? Saying they need their houses
Cletus
built.
Gonzalez.
It's fusion food.
Squirrel taco.
I'm so bored at this point. I don't care. That poor man.
Yeah.
Again, he's just trying to
Tried his best.
Doing his job. Yeah. It's one of the few times that Dane Richards, like the sort of
the
fiance,
boyfriend
isn't actually a scumbag.
Yeah.
Genuinely trying to do the best he can do.
I've got the most kind-hearted betrayal ever.
I wouldn't even call it a betrayal.
She like you said, she obviously just hated the guy because no matter what he did,
looking for a reason.
She was looking for a reason.
Yeah. Takes your house being dissolved, but not your barn.
Yeah, barn's still good.
And she says he just doesn't listen to her. You think, but he's listening to you, but he's also recognizing that things need to be done for you.
Yeah, you might be suffering from post-traumatic stress. Yeah.
Are you an architect? Do you know how to design a house? You're a primary school teacher.
She doesn't want anyone building this house for her, but once they put up the fucking framework for her, she's not going to tear it down. She's quite happy to
once they've done the foundation work, thanks,
what
Colin.
you didn't see was her parked off to the side whilst these contractors built that part.
Did it all?
Yeah.
And then once all the hard work's done, no, stop it, but don't take it down. And then I'll just put this nail here, and I built this house on my own. Get out.
So now we get into barn montage number one, where she starts hanging up dry pieces of paper on lines and putting doilies over barrels as if that's going to make a home.
It felt like a Nickelback video at this point.
It looked very nice where she had like 20 pieces of string tied up in the barn roof with dry bits of paper pegged to them. But
they were photographs.
Yeah. They were still bone dry.
Memories which somehow survived. This storm
the teapot didn't, but the photos did. Yeah, I mean, that's the
teapot weren't in the barn. Had the photos in the barn. But at this point, she should really be should be like hiring a porta potty, sort of getting everything else in order, making sure she's got plenty of bottled water to clean herself with.
Tools.
No, let's get the doilies out. Let's blow the dust off some suitcases.
All those barrels are full of shit. She's just been popping her tods in there, yeah.
How long?
Oh, she enjoys it.
Okay.
She did it before the storm.
Also, she has the original plans for this house. How handy! Because I can tell you, nobody's got them lying around.
No,
she does though.
Her granddad clearly kept them in some sort of waterproof chest.
Yeah,
like you.
And
do.
Also, they must have been printed like 3 days ago because they look pristine.
Yeah. Did you not see the chest they were in? The label on it said "In case of storm of the century."
Right, of course. How foolish.
Plans.
What's next?
Was this where she was looking at the plans with Colin or not? I've got a question mark here. I must have blanked out.
No, the question I've got at this point is, whose house are they sat in front of? Whose patio and house are they sat in front of? That is opposite their destroyed house, and why are we not staying there?
Yeah,
that was the barn.
Is that not the patio to the barn?
Yeah, that was the barn, I think.
What barn has a full patio and little windows as if it's a house, and it is a house? Let's not fool anyone.
Yeah, because I only know it was the barn because that's where he, when later on they somehow switched in houses.
God, yeah.
That's
where he was.
Yeah,
I noticed that. I went back and changed that. This must be a barn.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I was like, who has a full like decked patio?
Yeah,
outside their barn. Well, surely this is a functioning farm.
Then we get back to looking at laptop screens with Nathan.
Yeah, back to crowdfunding
to show pictures to the world. I mean, I'm fairly sure a storm of the century like this, news would have been all over it. It doesn't require 2 people to say, "Look what's happened to us." There will be news outlets all over the place to try and show this.
And also, nobody's looking on GoFundMe for this town needs money.
Yeah.
They're looking for the latest board game or tech accessory.
Yes, Joe. What's the latest one you've got for?
I haven't bought anything in a while.
For a while. Okay. Then we get flirty building.
Flirty building montage with not a hammer in sight to teach her with. In fact, a nail gun for
Missing a
lazy
trick.
swines.
Nail gun, which she did at one point almost hold up to his face. I thought, this is dangerous. The way she held it, like near him, I was like, oh.
You can't just fire a nail gun. It has to be pressed into something.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, so the whole bit at the end of Arachnophobia is false. You can't use it as a weapon.
No, that's a shame.
Boo.
Sorry to shatter that illusion.
This is where he tells that he doesn't like his dad, and
Yeah, Dad
would never-
cheated.
he
That's
would
the
never
reason
cheat
I
on
promised
anyone.
I'd never cheat. Yeah. So I will never date anyone because that's the perfect way to shoot yourself in the foot with that one.
Just die alone.
Yeah, die
And
alone.
then, suddenly she's accepting help.
What? Because Colin's friends show up.
Colin's friends show
It's
up.
the worst edit ever because it's from the exact same angle of the exact same building, the exact same shot. They've literally just changed shirts, and then I wasn't sure what had happened. I was like, "What's going on?"
I did note down though, the house would have been built by now had she accepted help from her then fiance, or kind of fiance. Now they're about 6 weeks behind, and
having to accept help from part-time comedians.
Yeah.
Because they're all coming in doing their bits, aren't they? I feel great about plumbing. Let me flush it out. Ba-dum-ts. The electrician. Yeah, we've done the circuit. Ba-dum-ts. Fuck off with your Type 5 at the comedy store.
And then the one guy who all he can do is carry.
Cyril, or
Cyril,
non-union Big E. Yeah, that's for wrestling fans there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his power is...
But I thought we'd met him. Did we not meet him earlier?
Did we?
Yes, we did.
The 5 years earlier, there was a couple
scene.
of people stalking them, essentially.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it wasn't noteworthy of me actually making note of it, though. He did show up, and I was like, "Oh, this is the friend," and here is his ethnically diverse other friend.
Two black guys and a Latino. That's the box ticked. Everyone else white. Yeah.
Well, there's again another minor montage of building.
Yep. Building montage.
We need to fill those 90 minutes.
Including a very long scene of a man putting some electric together.
As I said, we need to fill those 90 minutes.
And then I just had that bit from The Simpsons where they rebuild Ned's house. This is the room with electric, but it has too much electric. So maybe wear a hat or something. There was some nice sort of Lady Antebellum style music over this montage, which I quite liked, though. That was quite nice.
You can't call them that anymore. That's not what they're called anymore.
Are they not?
No, because the antebellum part is for something.
Yeah, I think they're called. Yeah,
I think it's Lady A or something. I can't remember what it is now. But...
Yeah, I think they changed the name to Lady A.
The A is for anus.
Then the friends disappear, and then we get.
He has to go at the Amish.
Oh,
the Amish can raise a barn in a day.
He praises the Amish and has a go at them.
But he's having a go at the Amish now.
No, he wasn't. But once they've gone, they start. All I've written down is friend, because he must have said the word friend about a dozen times in the space of 10 seconds.
Yeah, I like Colin as a friend. Lies.
Oh no, it's where they stood opposite, looking at the house that they're building, holding two cups.
Yes.
In a very long and protracted scene that
Saying
feels like. Yeah.
Oh, this is why also.
I can't believe.
When you say it's a long scene,
I can't believe how well we're getting on
slow.
building this house we're never going to see.
Never see the house. And he hands her a cup as he leaves, and she holds it like she's never held a cup before in her life.
Line.
Colin goes home and opens a pizza box, which I thought had written on it, "We left you some pizza, your DVDs." It doesn't. It says your buds, but the handwriting was terrible. Says me.
Talking to the dog in bed. I've got next.
Let Dancer go to sleep. He's got his own bed, right? He's in the hammock. She's moved her entire bed in there, like a proper headboard and wrought iron bed.
Yeah,
she's got lamps in there, bedside tables. It's only temporary.
Yeah. Priorities. She's still shitting in the woods, but she's got a full bedroom in there now.
The barrel of poo is getting full. More doilies.
More doilies needed.
And then they both decide to go to each other's. Oh, we have a Colin without his top on.
Classic.
Yeah. All right.
That's on the poster.
I don't understand. They both
how they missed each other.
Yeah.
This town
Lauren
ain't that
decides to
big,
go
and
to
I'm sure
him.
that there's one road.
Yeah, Lauren decides to go to him. Colin decides to go to her, and somehow they avoided each other.
They took, this metropolis of a town that the storm has blown through.
All the roads are clear now. They've already said.
How many roads were there to get to each other's
So
respective houses?
She phones him, and he's like, "I'm at your house, also, the bar that doesn't lock, so you could have been murdered or worse." And she's like, "Oh, I'll stay here then."
That was
and he's
weird.
like, "Yeah, the key."
Let's switch houses.
Yeah, the key's just on the windowsill. Oh, all right. How have you not been murdered as well? Dancer, stay outside. It's not your house. Let the dog in.
That's what I've written. Left the dog outside again.
Yeah. And he's totally trying all her underwear on, isn't he?
Yeah. Time to get snooping.
I put nosy cow for her because that's all she did.
All this furniture. Wow. Yeah,
and he talks to himself a lot.
Well, he hasn't got a dog, has he? So, like...
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't talk to the dog apart from saying, stay outside, Dancer.
She has a whole monologue at it.
Yeah, she does, you're right.
Yeah, when she's in bed. That's a whole dog bed scene.
Yeah.
Should I go to him?
This is also the scene with the same horse noise over and over and over again.
Is this the one? Okay.
Yes.
It's just a crazy scene because it's just weird. Why would you say, oh, you stay there, I'll stay here?
It's like, oh, I'll come back to my house because it's got a lock on it. Admittedly, the key's right next to it with a big sign saying free key.
She also said that she came to his because she was scared. Surely his head will go, right, I'll come over, we'll spend the night together.
Yeah.
You won't be scared.
Not sexy times, but yeah.
No, well, yeah. Nope, I'm going to stay here.
Don't even let the dog in to protect her. Yeah.
Oh, then she does come back to hers to apologise to him and boost his ego, I wrote, because she didn't half go on about him.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you're great," and you know, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and then he basically blows the same amount of. Yeah, but he blows the same amount of smoke up her ass as well. And then, like, they go, "Bye," and just walk off. And I'm like, "You're clearly digging each other."
She doesn't. She doesn't for ages. Whilst he's going on about the fact that she's got a fiance or had a kind of fiance, she never tells him that she broke up with a fiance.
No, never. Not at one point.
Until his voice goes really, really high because it was making me laugh at how high his voice was going. Then she told him that she actually left the fiance and that she loves him.
Yeah, this is literally. We're not there yet. Oh, we're not at the fucking school yet. Where?
Not yet. No, she's finally told him that she's not got a fiance and that she actually fallen for him. He flat out rejects her again.
Sorry,
despite saying that she's lovely and great and tremendous and all these things, and he's like, "But I am rubbish."
Yeah, he needs more than a pep talk from her to think he needs to go and see a counsellor or something.
I've literally got. It's the only reason we aren't getting together because we still have 15 minutes of this 90 minutes.
I wrote at this point, really hope this is a Marvel level credits, 10 to 15 minutes worth, because I was
they're both then ignoring each other and looking sad. He's sanding some wood
which doesn't do very well.
That's not a euphemism either. Yeah. Nice. And Dancer arrives at his and he phones her up and she's like, "Yeah, drop it off at Carol's. Bye." And I'm like, "All right." Like,
did you notice the dog actually answered him?
I'll just boot your dog into the canal, mate. I don't care.
Like, come on. But I'm sure the dog actually answers him. He says, I can't remember what he asked the question to the dog. And the dog
answers
it. But it genuinely sounds like the dog says no.
All right. I might go back and watch that. If he said sausages, I'd be impressed, yeah.
I thought they put that in purposely. The dog actually sounds like it says no.
With this film, I don't know. I'm fully glazed over it.
Yeah, this was where I was like, "Ooh, Rainbow Road." Yeah.
Well, again, another montage here of the dog constantly turning up.
Yeah, get this dog a lead, he says.
Yeah.
You mean the same 30 seconds of film where they're literally just opening and shutting the door on this poor dog?
Yeah.
And then just cutting it to bits.
But if your dog's running away this much, A, either buy a lead, or B, as we said earlier, this dog does not want to be with her.
No.
He tells her to get her. He says at one point, "Tell Lauren to get this dog a leash."
Oh yeah.
Yep. Because I'm sick of this coming around my house.
Dealing with this.
Cyril turns up instead. Cyril and the brother? Yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, I've just put who is this man with a beard?
Yeah, this is Brother Pep Talk.
It's the guy who was on the phone from earlier.
Yeah, apparently he is a country and western musician.
He is apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Who wrote a song about surviving a storm 9 years before this film. Preemptive Craig facts.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Serendipity there.
We also, before we could get into the Cyril bit, because, well, we're already in it, but it doesn't matter. I wrote down what happens to the rest of the town, because we've not heard for ages whether the rest of the town is surviving.
Yeah.
Because
it's
just
the Gonzalez. The Gonzalez family are doing all right because they got some free
they're
house
living in a
buildings.
mansion.
Yeah. There must have been a lot of. If it needed a big search and rescue, there must have been a lot of houses that are broken or whatever it is. There's no mention other than
Hey, we saved
crowdfunding.
Mr. Rodriguez. What more do you want?
Sorry. Help me!
Do your impression again.
Help me! My leg's stuck. Then we get the chat. With
That's
the brother.
Oscar for best impression.
Chatting with the brother, who basically says, "Go for it."
Again, in a very long scene.
You aren't dad.
Forever.
Yeah, you're not your dad. He's like, I've built this wooden box and put a ring in it, and he's like, ace, well done.
You are a carpenter. Bravo.
minimum you expect. Then we get to the school.
Fiancé returns. Why? They've already broken up.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's the first flight he could get.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to lose that. He's coming back.
Goes up and then
Were you
goes.
serious about breaking up with me?
Yeah.
I've flown from Australia to here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you are. Bye then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Serves no point.
5 seconds
Literally
later.
in the same breath, yeah. He's down on one knee proposing in the school hall, out of one ring straight into another. Give yourself time to breathe here.
And she says yes.
Unbelievable.
All is forgiven. Suddenly.
Again?
Yeah.
That easy, is it?
And now, please take our picture, Nathan.
Random woman.
Whoever it is.
Yeah.
That's a nice ring.
But did you see the picture they showed?
Are they angels? Because they were very backlit in that photograph.
But also, the picture, she took it in front of them whilst they're looking at the camera, but the picture they showed of what she took, they were looking to the side.
Yeah,
like it was a paparazzi shot.
They also had
Almost
halos.
as if it was a still from the film, yeah.
And then Nathan comes out and says, everyone, we've raised our whatever our crowdfunding thing was.
No specified amount.
Did we hit a non-specified fund? Yes,
and then all the
we
kids
did.
come out and start high-fiving. Ebenezer Scrooge appears, offers a cooked goose for everyone. It was just stupid.
It really was. And then we just
I've got kissing credits question mark, but no, we're at a completely different house in a completely different location.
Yes.
Yeah, they got married and the dog can't go inside again.
He's got a little bow tie on though. That made me happy. But yeah, still not allowed in the house.
Yeah. All this happened within 5 days. Everything happened within 5 days, I reckon.
I hated this film.
Yes. Yes, this was. Oh, but also credits. They did have a bit of marvelness because through the credits they had the brother and Cyril talking.
I turned it off as soon as the credits rolled.
As soon as it started, I was like, nope, don't.
It was part of Cyril's 5-minute set again because he was making jokes. But yeah,
was he doing bits?
He's type 5.
I might have to go back and watch that then for his.
But I imagine
residuals.
if the brother was some kind of famous person, I reckon they had to get him in one more scene or something just to make it worth the cost.
I wish to retroactively change my score from last week.
You want to change your score from last week, Joe? You gave it a 2 point. Oh no, you gave it a 3. Sorry, last week.
Okay, well I'll boost it up to a 3.5, and I'm giving this 2.5.
2.5.
Because at least last week's was
2.
funny.
I gave last week a 2. I gave this a 1.9.
Well done. What did I give last week?
You gave last week a 2.3, Craig.
2.3. I think a 2.1 then.
Okay.
Yeah,
it committed the ultimate sin of being boring.
Yeah. Like at least last week's had bits in it we could laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one
apart from the man falling out of a wheelchair, there was no
canonical character in the show.
He would never see again.
No, but I would watch a program about him and his day-to-day life.
Yeah, just a solid half hour of him just rolling around on the floor.
Well, collectively, that gets us a 6.5 for this film out of 30.
I think that's generous.
That's our least.
Yeah, it's just boring. Even
It
the
was
dog in a bow
boring,
tie
boring,
couldn't save
boring.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
You know what time it is?
What time is it, Joe?
Excellent. This film starred Madeline Leon, who was the character of Lauren. She is known for her work in A Christmas Recipe for Romance.
Get to that at Christmas time.
Yeah.
The movie Best Friend from Heaven.
Oh.
Okay.
And this is where it takes a fun turn and will hopefully be something that we will revisit later in the year. But she was also... No, she was one of the stars of 48 Christmas Wishes.
What?
What?
For those of you that don't know, we watched this over at Christmas.
Yeah, this was one of the films that sort of instigated this podcast because it was
I
one of the worst
shook.
Christmas films we've ever seen. Yeah,
Who did she play in that?
She was one of the leads in it. She was not one of the elves, obviously, but like one of the people that they bump into in the post office and things like that.
Really?
I genuinely can't remember her being in it, but wow, that has blown my mind.
Yeah,
That's the best Craig facts we've had.
We literally both went, what? At the same time.
So yeah,
Wow.
I would imagine that we will revisit this film at some point because it is too bad not to revisit.
I don't think I can take a second viewing.
I want to watch that again, please.
That could be a Hallmark and Greatness After Dark.
Yeah. Colin was played by Bo Yokely.
That's an American heavy third one.
Yep. Who is going to star in the up-and-coming film Christmas at the Grey Horse Inn, coming 2021 this year.
Nice.
He also uncredited roles in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where he was a fighter pilot, and in Baywatch, where he played a lifeguard.
Oh, so he's one of them gold people, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
he's one of these people that, can just go and sit in the background and probably sit on a tower on Baywatch, the movie.
Yeah.
So that's good fun. Directed by Emma Jean Sutherland. Sort of a mixed bag of a career for this one because she's only directed a couple of films. So we'll go down the list here. She was the director of a film from a few years ago called Letters to Satan Claus.
Nice.
Yes.
Which I can only imagine is a Krampus knockoff. She was an actor in the movie Destination: Rad City.
Where are you going? Rad City. Sounds great.
Is that your destination?
The rad is shot for radiation.
And she was the assistant director on 48 Christmas Wishes.
Oh man, it's all circle box.
I'm going to have to watch it again.
48 Christmas Wishes is the linchpin for this operation, isn't it?
Oh, no. I don't want to watch
couldn't
that
believe
again.
We'll do a live watch along or something for that. That'd be a fun Christmas thing to do.
Yeah.
When I was going through the facts and that poster popped up a second time on the list, I was like, oh, this is brilliant.
God, how is such a bad film spawned so much other badness?
Yeah, I think there's a link here.
Yep. It was based on a novel, as I mentioned earlier, written by Christine Rimmer. It is the first book in the Rust Creek Cowboys series.
Yes!
In the what series,
I wasn't able to find out the Rust Creek Cowboy.
Nice.
If that doesn't sound like something else.
So, as I said earlier on, book one, this was Marooned with a Maverick. Would you like to know the titles of the other books in the series?
Oh, I'm going to get any alliterative.
I will give you this much. They all have the Maverick in the title.
All right. Doing laundry with the Maverick.
Nope.
I've got nothing.
Shopping for car insurance with the Maverick.
No. The second book in the series is The Maverick's Summer Love.
Oh.
Book number 3 is The Maverick and the Manhattanite.
Oh, that sounds like that'll be good.
Yeah. Culture class there. Number 4 is Marrying Dr. Maverick.
Oh, he's done his 7 years at doctor school.
So we have got a progression
Number
here,
5.
then. Divorce the Maverick.
If it is the same Maverick all the way through.
I would highly doubt it's the same Maverick. Looking at these book series, they're all completely disjointed.
Oh, disappointed. I wanted some progress
Can I
in
guess
medical
the Maverick
school.
has a midlife crisis?
No,
Maverick and the
no,
maroon capes.
The Maverick buys a sports car.
Number 5 is a Maverick under the mistletoe. So lucrative Christmas deal
Yeah.
there. Must have been successful because number 6 in the series is the Maverick's Christmas baby.
Oh,
Well,
so he's done all right for himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, under that mistletoe he did, yeah.
Had a couple of early dalliances. Got his medical degree. Has a baby at Christmas.
Settled
Well
down
done,
at Christmas,
Maverick.
got married. Yeah, well done,
Mr. Maverick, sir.
Not Tom Cruise from Top Gun Maverick.
I'm looking forward to Jaws.
Or Mel Gibson in the film Maverick.
This is the story
Maverick,
of Chip
oh.
Maverick.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Right, as I think the trailer mentioned, this was aired on the 8th of June in the year of 2019, and as this is an Up-TV film, as we've encountered before, I can find no viewing figures for this one, unfortunately. I did a thorough search.
10 people watched it.
Low. So
even Bo Yokely didn't watch it. And he was in it.
He's watching his part of Guardian still.
That's me in the background.
Yeah, look at that one. See that one painted gold? It's me. I'll put on Baywatch next. You can see me in the background, just blurred out.
The acting was sort of all right. It was just,
She was awful. She was so.
She was awful. She had to fill time by staring into the distance.
Thus ends Craig Facts.
Thus ends Craig Facts for another week.
Have we got reviews from Joe?
It's time for Joe's reviews.
Joe's reviews.
Again, I only went for the bad ones because
they're the funnier.
There was more of them than there was of positives. This is Not Worth Your Time by Haley Poirier, XO22.
Oh.
This movie lacked so much. First, the front cover of this movie just looks like a remake of The Notebook, which we said. It had no spark, it wasn't heartwarming, and it just wasn't worth the time watching. I have wasted an hour and a half of my life watching this movie. I feel your pain, Haley. I wish we could have seen the house that they built. No.
No, never.
Let alone, let's talk about the proposal. Brackets, yikes. It wasn't even cheesy. It was just garbage. No woman breaks an engagement with someone and literally 2 seconds later says yes to another man.
This woman did.
This woman did because she's a psychopath.
To mention it, how did he get in the school?
It's primary school, mate. It's not like high school. Little kids aren't bringing guns in America.
That's not the issue. This is a.
What is he on the register or something?
The school doesn't know that. He just rocked up with a wooden box.
This is a 1 out of 5 stars by Observer. I was looking. This is entitled "Too Bad the Storm Didn't Destroy This Movie."
Boom.
Harsh. I was looking forward to a more Harlequin romance approach to a romantic movie, but instead, this was bad. It was like a Hallmark film. I will not take this shade being thrown, Observer, whose production value wasn't as good as a Hallmark movie. It's a bit of a compliment sandwich there, isn't it? So sad. Totally wasted those 2 actors, and their chemistry wasn't there. Awful.
Brutal.
Harsh.
Yeah,
and the final one, who I don't have a name for, I think it was just Amazon purchase.
It was Chip Amazon. Sorry.
Chip Maverick.
Helen Amazon. I wish I could have made it 10 minutes. Long, the entire film, 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes, I would have watched that,
You did watch it, Joe.
No, I mean... Okay.
Yeah, I know. Go on.
I do not know if what the random proposal at the end or the bad acting on her part, but I disliked the movie a lot. The female character plays into harmful stereotypical roles in which she is saved by the white man.
Did it say that?
Oh, go away.
Yep.
Movies that her own house.
Movies that are better. She
was
Cyril,
saved
Cyril and his friends helped in his ethnic supergroup. Movies that are better that you could watch. The Lovebirds, the half of it, etc.
Write these down, boys.
Now, these are proper films. If you want a non-problematic white movie, try The Kissing Booth or To All the Boys I Have Loved. There are many other better films. Do not pick this one. All in capitals.
Okay. She seems to have another agenda going on.
I was going to say there's something else going on there. Isn't there?
Fair enough.
Yeah, all the rest of them were just like, this is bad, this is bad. There was a couple of positive ones, but I think they were written by the kids who were in 48 Christmas Wishes. So
yeah. Got to get another job. 49 Christmas Wishes coming next summer.
I'm dreading it. Yeah, that was it. I think I hated this more than last week's one. In hindsight, at least last week's one was funny.
Yes. That was exactly my thinking writing down that score. It was just... At least last week we could have a laugh at the hammer situation or whatever else. This was just slow, dull nothingness.
There was just no fun to be had from it at all.
So in conclusion, that was After the Storm. Yeah, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark of Greatness, as we said, follow us on Twitter, Hallmark of Great, Instagram, Hallmark of Greatness, or give us some recommendations for future films by emailing us at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Any final thoughts from the pair of you?
No.
It has to
I
get
hated
better.
this.
Yeah. It will get better.
Need a good... We need more Amish next week. We need to save this month by having some more Amish.
We'll get on.
I concur.
I mean,
there's that one. I did recommend that one where it looks like The Road. So
yeah,
I am contemplating paying for Hallmark Plus as well because all the best films are on there.
I know.
Yeah,
$5 a month, isn't it?
Let's start getting some advertisements in for this podcast, and I'm looking forward to it.
Who's going to advertise? Hallmark? They ain't going there this year.
I don't know.
No, MeUndies will though.
In case you didn't see as well, Hallmark have a range of wines that I'm trying to lay my hands on, but they do not ship to Britain. No. Only in America. But I
think they only got released this Christmas, didn't they? So I think
because they're doing cocktails to watch along with the film. So yeah,
a wine list for your Christmas movie.
Oh, it was, what were they called, Joe? Can you remember?
Oh, they were called like Love, Blush.
I think one was called Joy, maybe.
Hammer, Discharge, and Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when they come over.
We'll never get them.
Yeah, we can actually sit. We can sit in a room and watch these films together once the COVID is all done and share a glass.
That's gonna be fun.
All packed round to Anthony's and watch Hallmark Plus on one of these sofas.
Yeah. Bring your own chair, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small flat. You have to bring your own chair.
It's fine. I've got a double camping chair.
Ooh. And on that note, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later, guys.